Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy Handyman, and welcome back to a project run through over in Alpharetta, Johns Creek area. And we're looking at a pretty tall chimney. This is 58 rows over here. And so this is a LP siding. People think it's a defective siding. It's not. If this chimney had been sided and caulked and painted properly, it would never rot out. And so you can see where people come in and done like a quick patch right here, and the woodpecker's just coming above it. So woodpeckers are drawn to chimneys, and on a lot of houses, the painters cheat when they get up towards the top because you can't tell whether it's been caulked or not. So when your house gets repainted, you need to get out here with binoculars and look for the black, and I'll show you what that is in a second. But this is what we call grained and beaded siding, and James Hardy made this up until last year as a replacement in a concrete siding. But now you can't buy. They discontinued that product, and so you'll see chimneys like this are getting pieced in with just grain siding that they'll turn upside down. And you'll kind of see that over here where he's had some piecework done. They took grain siding right in here and they've turned it upside down. See the difference in the bead or the groove between the original LP siding and these pieces they used over here. And so if you want to do it right, you got to find somebody like HandyANdy, where we actually make our own version of the siding. We make it on site. It's a concrete siding, and it'll pretty much match this pretty closely. It won't match exactly, but pretty close. So on this one, he could try to change out some boards. He's already done that. So he's better off to just go ahead and bite the bullet and get the chimney done. And the problem for woodpeckers is they hear larvae or bugs moving inside of it, and then they think that this big old thing is just a dead tree, so they want to make a house out of it. You can see on his siding here, even where the work has been done, where someone's come in and done a repair, see the black line right there? The caulk failed, or they never caulked it. Anywhere you see a black line on the siding, that's where the water's getting in. So even these butt joints, and you know, people argue with us all the time that if this were hardy plank siding, those butt joints shouldn't be caulked. The lawyers for hardy plank put that in there. If you caulk it, you void the warranty. Our warranty is lifetime, and not just lifetime ownership, fully transferable. If we do this chimney over here and there's ever an issue with the siding, we'll come back and repair it, repaint it, whatever we got to do with it. Painting doesn't have a lifetime warranty, but the repair work does. So as you move around the house, he's got a cap board in here that you can see the woodpeckers getting into. His gutters are probably clogged, is my guess, so they need to be cleaned. But we'll replace his cap all the way across. We can't really piece it in right there, so we'll just replace it across. The key to what we do is any trim pieces we replace are back primed and sealed on all 6 faces of the wood. So if it ever rots, A, it's under warranty, B, it won't ever rot. The reason the trim on his house is rotting, the painters and contractors and builders only paint what you see. And so once the caulk fails, well, now it's absorbing moisture. And so you can see what's happening in Atlanta and this neighboring house right here. They've come in and repaired this chimney with just grained hardy plank because they can't get the beaded siding anymore. And contractors will tell you it's not available. You got to reside your whole house. Well, nobody wants to spend $30,000 to side their house unless they just feel like it. He's got the same issue over here. He's got about 9-10 rows on this side here that'll need to be replaced. He can do it in stages. You get a slight discount if we do all the work at one time, but that's about it. But most of his siding on this side, if he's able to do these repairs in the next 12 months, we can caulk and salvage a lot of the siding over here, which is, you know, if we can save you money, that's what we like to do. And again, you can kind of see he's put some putty up here on this piece right here. He's got some putty, and then you can see where the woody woodpeckers making business for us over here. But the siding will literally crumble. If you're looking at your siding, be very gentle with it, but you can put your finger into the bead right here. And if you see splits or lines, it's starting to go. Once you see 7 lines, it's called 7 lines of degradation, like up in here, in this next piece, you'll see some lines through here. Once it gets to 7, the siding is shot. I can't do anything with it, need to replace it. Part of the problem out here is people are spray painting these houses because they think it's cheaper than hand painting. It's not. But if you're gonna spray paint, make them caulk every nail head. This has never been caulked on this entire house. So every time it rains, the water comes in around this nail, and it starts to rot the siding. And after about 20 years, your siding is shot. You see these black lines where the caulk fails? See right here? That's all it takes, and the water's in there, and now you get a problem. On his rear bay window, he's got a little bit of rot on this bottom freeze board right here. And then the cap rail that goes across is rotted on all sides. So we can pair that as well. And we give you a line item detailed bid. So we break it all out and ask contractors to do that. Most of us will just give you a lump sum price. The bottom 3 rows right here are gone and need to be replaced at the back of the house. And then that's about it for his siding for right now. On the deck, when they built this thing, it's all nailed. And this is all old growth wood. Someone's come in and tried to add a few screws here and there. But if you're going to screw this thing, you need to drill a pilot hole, because when you're screwing it this way, they just drove screws in and split the wood. So drill a pilot hole if you've got this situation. Drill a pilot hole and try to stagger them. You know, one here, one down here if it wasn't split already. And try to save these balusters. The old growth pressure treated wood was treated with arsenic, so it'll hold up for almost indefinitely if you stain it. He needs to go ahead and start staining this thing. On the landing down here, we need to add a piece, 2x4 piece in here. We will replace these bottom posts on both sides. This one's split up pretty bad. They should have been bolted through. And then add screws to the balusters. Again, drilling pilot holes so we're not splitting the balusters. This railing is really loose and it needs a post here and on the opposite side. You really need a post every 6 feet and split it. So this railing section is 8 feet. So we put one at a 4-foot section here and here to make it nice and strong. The outside post on that side over there will end up tightening. And then on this outside top of the deck, the existing posts are okay, but they're 8 foot off. So to strengthen this thing, we'll add 1, 2, 3 on the back side. And then our new posts will be bolted, pressure treated. They need to cure a little bit before you do anything with it. And then we can go ahead and add bolts to his existing posts, and he'll be in pretty good shape. My brother and I have run this company for 29 years, almost 30 years, Atlanta. We do everything when it comes to houses. About 96% of anything you want done, we can do it. Just got to be patient with us sometimes. We run a crew of 25 to 30 people. It just depends. But we're not just salespeople. My brother and I are actually out here on the jobs doing the work. So he and I look at the job, sell the job, shake hands with the customer, and then get the work done. So from gutters to handyman to full house remodels and kitchen and bathrooms and everything in between, Handy Andy's here to help you keep up on your home and do it at an affordable price. You reach us in the office, you'll see that somewhere here on the site. Or I can never remember that number. You can catch me sometimes directly at 770-265-9017. I'm Andy. See you at the next house. Bye for now.